Hello, my name is Tatum and I am doing a intentional family community for my project. I have temporarily named our lands Earth and Sky Homestead Earth because we are returning to nature's cycles and returning to being one with the land and sky because we are passionate about astronomy and astrology, and we just have the most beautiful view of the stars in the Milky Way. This picture behind is our view of the sky at sunset. We are in Williams, Arizona, about 30 minutes north of Williams, 30 minutes south of the South Rim of the Grand Canyon, and we are located on Hopi, Havasupai, and Pueblo land. Dreams and goals, we want to preserve and regenerate the land. This is a 40-acre plot. It's speckled with juniper trees and pinyon pine trees and grasses and lichen coating the ground. So we want to preserve the nature that resides there and help it thrive, and also introduce diverse native plant species. This picture on the right is some of the best smelling sap dripping from the pinyon pine. We are living through a drought up in the north of Arizona. For the past couple years, we haven't had any monsoons. So we are planning to catch every bit of rainfall as we possibly can on every single structure that we build. We want to build a food forest with tons of native species of plants, diverse edible plants, medicinal and wildlife-friendly plants. We need minimal water and drought-proof plants. We want to have a community space. This land will be home to a lot of my family. So we need a space to gather, to eat. So community kitchen and dining space. We envision maybe a yoga dome or a yoga shala for gathering and ritual. And we also envision earthen structures and sustainable structures built on our land. Key features of the land: it is at an elevation of 6,500 to 6,800 square feet. Yearly average rainfall is about 16 inches. Yearly average snowfall of 40 to 60 inches. With 266 sunny days a year, average summer high 97 degrees, and average winter low 24 degrees. Here on the next slide, you can see that a wash probably runs through about a third of this property. And then in this left corner where all of that big, long, wavy line of trees is kind of a smaller wash running through that upper left half. And we've only had this land for the better part of 5 months. So we haven't observed it through any other season besides the summer and now getting into fall. Here's our community governance plan. If you want to pause here, you can read that, but I'm just going to zoom through it for time's sake. Solar energy we are going to take advantage of since we're at such a high elevation. We receive lots of sun, 13 to 14 hours a day during our peak summer days. And we can also utilize our wind there using windmills. We'll design our homes and structures using passive solar to heat as it gets cold and snowy during the winters and hot during the summer. Here I go into detail for our food forest in the high desert. Did lots of research over what trees, again, are drought resistant and need low water. So you can read through some of my plants here that I've chosen to plant. Here are my zones and sectors. I don't have a mouse. I wish I did to point to things, but this white circle in the right-ish hand corner, upper right, will be my zone 0. That is where the abandoned bus is that came with the land. It's about 40, 50 years old. And me and my partner plan to flip that and turn it into living space. Red circle is zone 1. Orange is zone 2. Zone 3, yellow, building into our food forest here. You'll see our next couple slides. This white pentagon here on the left is our community area. Red is zone 1 for community area. This bottom rectangle is my where my mom would potentially live, and this upper triangle or rectangle is where our family friend Brian will build his structure. Water catchment. Even with high rainfall, we would probably get about 22 inches. But if we had a water catchment system on the bus roof at 182 square feet, we could potentially collect about 2,000 gallons of water. So if we had 5 structures with or under 200 square feet, we could harvest about 11,000 gallons of water a year, enabling us to 30 gallons a day, which may not be enough for water for 7 to 10 people plus gardens. So we would probably need above ground water tanks, because digging a well might be out of the question for us monetarily, and because the water table could be thousands of feet below ground. Swales and drip irrigation will also be important for our gardens and food forests to limit and monitor our water use. Here is a picture of the bus on the property that I will build out. It's just some ideas here I have on the left for our building. What hopefully we can use as many sustainable materials as we can. Here's our input map here. I have food forest, bunch of trees filled in here in my zone 2 and 3. I have a little barn here surrounded by grasses in my zone 2 and some herb spirals. So it's a little bit small to see. And here's my permaculture principles applied. Budget and timeline is very loose and in the flow as we just got this land. We are very much in the planning phase still, planning and saving phase. So we are planning by in the spring, me and my partner will have enough to really start diving into the bus and doing some big projects there. And that was it. Thank you so much for watching, and give me any feedback if you have any. If you know anything about living in Arizona in the high desert, I'd be happy to hear your experience. Thank you.